Hi friends, welcome to my channel. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Felicia the Trees. You guys, I've been out of office, so I just want to say welcome back. Let's get back into it. Today we are, what are people realizing about you? So what grandest expression of yourself are you taking on that is helping people realize a fact about you, a truth about you, and holding a firm belief in that? Okay, so let's hop into it. There's an overhead selection here for perfumes. These are not available in Cosmic Intelligence, but go ahead and don't forget to check out Cosmic Intelligence. Thank you guys so much for supporting our recent donors, our recent givers. Thank you so much. Excuse my nails, it is training season, so I am most definitely not wearing nails because I cannot put up with anything right now. So I hope you guys are doing well after the 8-8 Lionsgate portal karmic clearing cycles and helping you energetically release karmic behaviors. So let's get into it. Pile 1, you are Tom Ford with SOLEIL BLANC. Pile 2, you are YSL Libre. Pile 3, you are Patrick Taz, Dream Champagne. And Pile 4, you are the Dolce & Gabbana dupe, Velvet Collections Amber Sun. Okay, so let's hop into it, and I'll see you guys down in the comments below. Pile 1, welcome to your selection. So you chose SOLEIL BLANC with Tom Ford, and your pre-significator is the teacher. So, you know, I'm getting that this selection, you guys, I know premeditation, I just had to like play devil's advocate a little bit because it came out in the shadow aspect, manipulating or abusing students, teaching negative traits and destructive skills. You guys, I definitely feel like you guys are stepping, you might be new to leadership positions, okay, or new to a teaching position. Some of you guys are student leaders, student teachers as well, okay. I'm hearing peer support, and a lot of you guys are still mastering yourselves in your role, for one. Also, two, I feel like there's a situation where people kind of put you in the position. It's like you've always been their authority, but these are people who have been struggling with an authority. These are people who have been working really hard actually to create challenges and obstacles and conflicts, and these are people, I'm getting like a lot of insubordinate people, okay. There's a lot of insubordinates, and it's just like it is making these jobs and environments so difficult to exist in harmoniously. Some of you guys are at work, you guys might be in a retail space or a fast food service, commercial spots, okay, and a lot of you have to deal with, there's like this middleman kind of position, or there's like, I don't know if that's even the right word. It kind of just feels like there's someone here that like maybe you have an unconventional relationship with some of these people, because it kind of feels like maybe you're in a leadership position, but you are an unconventional leader, or they don't think that you should have this leadership position. Maybe you are like in a leadership position where you are, you know, younger than your subordinate. Like there is an ageism thing going on here. Maybe some of you guys, you have a large age difference, and or there's something about you where they're really, really struggling with your authority. Maybe these are people who thought that they had, like a lot of experience at something, or they thought that they were really mastered at something, and then you guys have taken it a little step further. Something where you are the recent development, you are the new development. Some of you guys are new, you're up and coming in society. I'm getting that a lot of you guys are in your dilettante eras, and you are like a royalty. So some of you people see you as a royalty, they see you as highly honored, and this is creating a lot of struggle with people who thought that they would be more successful than you. Okay, I think there's something that has a part to do with it. Like these are people who thought that they should be more successful than you, or they thought that they should have the authority position, or these people just want an authority position really bad, but some of them, they're just like really not good leaders. Okay. Yeah, and some of this, y'all, this could be your divine masculine that is realizing things about you. It's something where you are actually like, they're like, you have definitely activated this masculine recently by doing something abusive to them, okay, or manipulating them in a way. It's something where you taught this person a lesson by reflecting back to them their own behavior. So it's like, I don't know, this could be a masculine energy, but I'm also getting that if these are competitors or people who have really been emasculated, they're really struggling with unhealed masculine energy. These people have been aligned with an ego. They have been easily offended. They have been fighting, attacking. You know, these unhealed masculines, people are like watching you kind of abuse them. Like, this is something where you might send the subliminals, but it's like it's like you're triggering them on purpose, or you're doing something to cause an illusion on purpose. People are realizing that you are providing a lot of different illusions, and it is on purpose. Like, you might be very shapeshifty. Some of you guys, you can project whatever image that you want in what any given moment, and this is actually a talent. But you know, there's some destructive and negative people who kind of like can misuse and abuse their spiritual practice. So some people can be saying that, or realizing that you have a skill at doing this. Like, they feel like you have a skill at abusing people, and you and like making it a lesson. Like, it's something where you might do something and it is actually like you exploiting your position and your authority in their life, but it also is I feel like the reason why you might be struggling with this, or that you validate doing something, it could be that a lot of this is happening because there are these insubordinates that kind of just like won't cooperate. So it is like you're kind of just like snuffing them out, I think. It's like some of you guys, people are realizing that you are threatening or taking a life, or abusing in some type of negative way to kind of help them understand the, like, how their behavior is like illegitimate. Like, some of these people are kind of rebelling against your authority out of anger or out of getting pressured by a group of people, something where they may have even conformed or something like that. But I'm also getting that some people are seeing you as like an older sister, brother, or someone who is like that cool auntie or something like that. Like, you clearly have like, you know, the merit, you clearly have the leadership position, but there's somebody, you know, here that has who has been destructive themselves. I mean, and I feel like a lot of their behavior is like you are starting to destroy them. I think that's what people are starting to realize, is that the people who destroy something for you, you are starting to destroy something for them. And even if that means you have to teach them something wrong, I'm getting at something where you're quite literally mentally abusing someone because I'm hearing something where a group of people may have targeted you and you were clearly like their authority or their teacher, or you have literally like, you have been like, someone did something destructive to you, and although you are their teacher, they have been old enough to know better. I'm getting there's something where there may have even been a crime involved, and you're starting to kind of like destroy these people by like twisting their mind with some kind of illusions or something like that. It's like, especially the people who have been obsessed with you, it's like people who have been obsessed with you, you're like, you have a destructive skill at altering their neural pathway. Like, it feels like something where you're quite literally very gifted at tearing up, at destroying their ego, destroying their life. Like, something where you have a very like strong capability in doing this, because it's like something where they're doing something destructive and they're not wanting to like take responsibility for their behavior. And I think that this is like getting to the point where you're like, I guess I have to teach you something, or I have to, like, if you're not going to cooperate, then, or, you know, if you're not going to be fair about something, then I'm just going to abuse you. You know what I'm saying? Like, especially like these insubordinates, like some of them, they are aware of their karmic behavior, but it's like they cannot, despite them knowing better, they can't do better. And like, even if this is a masculine or romantic partner that you're dating, these people, I'm hearing that they're masculines. They keep throwing these emotional tantrums, and they know that you have a very, like, I don't know, something where they know that you have a very serious and stressful career. They know that you are, you know, you are truly the authority that's doing what's best on behalf of everybody, but they keep doing something destructive to hurt you or to hurt the relationship in some type of way. And I'm getting that in the wake of the divine masculine's destructive behavior, you become fully embodied, meaning, like, I feel like you really do, like, and even if these are unhealed feminine, like masculine women, right, something where they do something destructive, and then, like, in the wake of their destruction, you become fully embodied, which means you really do have a skill at controlling the whole entire situation. Like, people are realizing that you are actually in control. Okay, you are the teacher, you are the person that is responsible for them getting clarity and getting understanding about something. And, you know, these people, they know what the correct decision is, but some of them are doing something karmic in spite of that. So it's like something where you've grown kind of ice cold towards these people. You no longer are interested in teaching them. You're no longer investing in them. You've actually started to manipulate them to get what you want out of something. Like, something like that is what I'm getting. Something where you started to, like, manipulate them to get what you wanted, because, you know, your relationships, some of you guys, you might be, you know, becoming fully embodied, but your shadow aspects to make something tangible, and shadows in need to make something tangible or materialize a success in a way in this situation, definitely involves you maybe pulling from a place of shadow. Like, it definitely takes a little bit of, like, I feel like for you guys mostly, like, your shadow aspects are erring on the side of vengeance, activism, and, you know, any kind of power dynamics that have been totally inappropriate and irrational. There's a situation where somebody knows that you're the legitimate authority, and they keep doing something to kind of, like, destroy, you know, the structure and cause chaos. And you are just like, okay, I'm gonna just, like, people are starting to see that you're weeding people out. Okay, you're weeding people out, and you're doing this by doing something negative. I mean, like, maybe they feel like you're doing this by destroying something or using some type of destructive skill, and you're just like, I feel like a lot of people are just seeing you as very impatient and bored and apathetic towards this, like, climate of, I don't know, this environment or wherever, like, this is, whatever this is. Like, it's something where you're starting to grow, like, a little bit, like, you know, it's like something where you keep acquiring the same kinds of relationships, and it's always something destructive where people can't, like, maintain a healthy power dynamic or distribute the power. Okay, it's like something where you're like, you try to see the beauty in the unconventional power dynamic, and then, you know, they show you that they don't have the cooperation to perfect this dynamic. They don't have the cooperation. Like, it's something that they do something, like quite literally insubordinate, and shows you that they're still in this, like, non-cooperation. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like they keep making, like, these decisions, and you're starting to make decisions as well. Like, it's something where you're like, okay, I'm going to make the decision to kind of drive you insane. Like, something where you know that people are obsessed with you, and so, like, you know how to trigger them. Like, you know that people, it's like something where you're off watching your every move, but when you come in to teach, or when you come in to do, like, I don't know, something where you come in and give them access, or give them, like, it's like something where they finally acquire attention, or it's something where they finally get an opportunity with you or something like that, and they kind of waste the opportunity, or something where you're just no longer valuing the opportunities anymore, and so you actually use it to get them off of you as a shadow attachment. Like, something where you keep putting a lot of distance in between you and these insubordinates because of just how negative and destructive they have been. You know what I'm saying? So you're, by any means necessary is what I'm hearing, you're getting, like, these shadow attachments, like, a lot of distance between you and these shadow attachments. Okay, where there has been a lot of unseen elements, unseen forces perhaps, right? Like perhaps a, power dynamic. This is a lot more covert. Some of these are subtle power dynamics, okay? Some of the name that starts with letter M, P, or E, or letter A, okay? We have passion and purpose. Yeah, a lot of this is like quite literally your purpose. Like it's something where you're very passionate about this abuse. Like something where you're like, you're into the abuse, you're into the violence, you're into the, I'm going to be destructive back, right? Something where you're like, you do something and you're like, I'm going to show you destruction. If you thought that something where they're literally doing this on purpose. Like these masculines are literally doing this on purpose. Unhealed masculines and your divine masculine, okay? They're literally causing this chaos on purpose. And it's like where they know that you have a lot of burdens, they know that you have a lot of struggle, they know that you have a lot of things, to like, they know that you guys have a lot of responsibilities, and they keep doing something perhaps to like indulge, right, at your guys' expense. Like they do something to indulge at your expense, they do something to hurt the situation in a way, okay? And there's like people see you as very strict and militant. You're very strict, and people are just, you're like, I know this is what's good for on behalf of everybody. Like I know everybody wants to indulge, right? Everyone wants to have multiple of everything. You want to have more options than no options, right? So sometimes I'm getting, especially a lot of these relationships, they're drifting by because they're just like, some of them, they won't make the right decision even though they know what the right decision is. It's like they keep lingering by to indulge, or to just like, to avoid a responsibility, to avoid being focused and dedicated, to avoid, being conservative in a way that will help you guys grow. And it's like something where this is a situation that needs to, like, you need to practice conservatism. You need to practice like restriction and limitation. Maybe you guys need to stay disciplined about something. And this person just hasn't been, haven't had the right priorities. And something where you'll do something, they'll realize that you're doing something abusive or manipulative, and to teach them something, okay? And you're very passionate about this because you reflect back to them what the implications and the consequences of their behavior. It's like they really struggle with accountability, or struggle to see where they're like indulging at your expense, or indulging at your relationship's expense, or doing like, they're really having a hard time struggling, to see, like, some of these people have just been really enabled. Like some of them are really spoiled, really enabled. They're used to having an abundance of everything, and it's something where you're just like, there won't be like that. That's not what that's not, maybe you guys just have it won't be like that. Maybe you guys just have a difference in lifestyles and values. Like something where someone, they come from a completely different lifestyle than you. So maybe they're not aware that some of it is awareness, I think. But it's like, you guys have already went over these lessons around their indulgence, or, you've already gone through these, these patterns of behavior. And it's because something is not quite literally not tempered or balanced or right in this thing. Like there's something where, you are definitely in the teaching position, but it's like you may need to see you may need to make the decision to see something beautiful about the situation, instead of seeing it, especially if this with this divine masculine, like instead of seeing it as something that was like grief-stricken and a hardship, see it as a cycle where you guys got to really indulge in the good things in life, or like really like have a lot of passion or something like that, okay? But I definitely think this cycle is coming to an end, because something where this person wasn't tempered around in power dynamic with this divine masculine especially. Their cycles are coming to an end with this opposition and this divine masculine. More often than not, your divine masculine will kind of be your polar opposite. That's why you both come in and activate each other so beautifully, because it's usually an unlikely or synergetic relationship that helps you shift your perspective in life and helps you understand what you need to change in order to grow. And I think that's what this has been all about, especially with your divine counterpart or romantic partner, or even this opposition or this conflict or work issues or something like that, where there's just been people who have just been, they haven't been making as much progress because there needs to be a cooperation to perfect this dynamic. Especially, it could be a precarious dynamic, or where the power dynamic there's a lot of different levels to it. Okay, so find your peace and stop panicking. Okay, because I know that sometimes this can feel like you're like indulging at like our expense, or you're doing something destructive that I'm not really in alignment with. So I think there's just going to be a need for both of you guys to kind of sacrifice a lot in order to like get on the same page about things, or to get to a place where you're comfortable and feel secure and safe in the relationship. So I think that this is what happens. I think when the divine masculine is unhealed, it's like they are attacking, easily offended, throwing in a tantrum in some type of way, not cooperating. And something where they might even have on, they might be teaching you stuff as well. Like this person, they'll do something in a manipulative or strategic way. Like both of you guys have a way of teaching each other things that may be difficult lessons, but they, it's the lessons are destructive. Like if something gets destroyed and you both getting a higher learning around something. So this relationship it goes through hardships. Okay. So, but I definitely feel like you're just so over all of the conflict about your power. Like, I think that there's always a lot of conflict about you having a position of power. Your romantic partners definitely struggle with you being in a leadership position. Because you pay attention to things that most people won't pay attention to. Like sometimes they want to go off with a shrinking violet because that person doesn't pay attention to their flaws. That person doesn't pay attention to their needs. That person, they don't have to trust each other. It's like, these relationships are superficial and emotionally immature. And a lot of them are just a triangulation, a conflict mechanism that this person used because they're angry about the power dynamic, right? Some of them come from abusive families or family violence where, there's been these dynamics in the homes where there's been a lot of emotional and physical abuse, and that was just endured. So I think that like something where you're starting to teach this person that this abuse and violence is not something that you will endure. Okay, Power 1. So what are people realizing about you? North Node. Yeah, like you came into this person's life and you represent like a new life goal. Like some of them, especially if they're like seniors or older, they're really struggling, especially romantic partners. Like you're really struggling with, like they're really struggling with this relationship coming at the end of their life, or coming, your timing of your relationship. It's perfect, but it also have been struggles around the timing, especially when it comes to someone who's in advanced age, or someone who has, they've had a lot of karmic cycles. Like some of these people, they've been doing the same issues, having these same goddamn issues for their whole life, trying to master themselves still. And mastering yourself and self-love does take mastery. It does take time. This is a lifelong journey of self-love that this divine masculine is learning, that you need to cooperate with your partner and not abuse your partner when you feel emasculated. Okay, so especially some of them will struggle with you being successful at a young age. I'm also getting that some of you, these unhealed feminines, okay, these feminine energies that have or unhealed masculine energies, or masculine women have struggled in this power struggle with you. Some of you guys, people are realizing that you have been destructive and negative, and you've been a little negative recently because there's been insubordinates that have been like in a power struggle with you for your life in like your craft or something like that, and you're clearly the authority position. You clearly are light years beyond these people. So it's especially coming up with a new life goal. These people are just like, oh my god, like it's like something that you did this to protect your new life goal, because there's so many people who just like get attached to everything that you do because they're in a power struggle and trying to like, I don't know, validate themselves by, validate their like, I don't know, confidence within themselves to try to like compete for your masculine or compete for your life, or just like something where the people become so like, They start doing black magic on you. Like, it'd be so much drama around your life. Like, and it's quite literally because you're the main character. Like, so when people want to come, like with you, it's always an abundance of everything. So I feel like that would be the issue. Like, people come around you and they see you as a privileged person, or they see you as having an indulgence yourselves. They see you as having a lot of everything. So some people will come around and do something destructive that they're just like, oh, I'm coming around and like using, like, people will literally ride your clout, or people are literally like trying to like come around you for your privilege, and like they know that this will lead to like indulgence. Like, these are just people who are greedy, who want this, right? People who only use people for their like privilege or indulgence, like, is quite literally just like a materialistic person, like clout chaser, social climber, or something like that. And like, people will see that you are like, you have the privilege of being the teacher, or you have the privilege of being the boss, you have the privilege of this leadership position. And so they know that this just like, it's so like so much abundance around you. They know that this, you know, this money or opportunity or, you know, thing comes to you in an overflow. They know that your cup overflows. And I think that this is like you seeing it as a beautiful thing, but also just be like, look, all like people who have like these negative projections where you're like this privileged, you know, person who may have all this nice indulgence around them. They see you always having an indulgence of stuff. Like, you always got food, you always got snacks, you always got new clothes, you always got your new hair done, you always look good. Like, everything is prosperous and abundant around you. And they feel like it's because you have this privilege of this leadership position or teaching position, right? But you're also just like, look, there took a lot of limitation, restriction, and discipline around this. These privileges came with a lot of hard work. They were hard earned. You know, this is hard earned merit. So like, something where you needed to kind of just like, you know, set the record straight for people. And maybe you did go through a cycle of abusing and manipulating the students so they can stop projecting this, you know, when they know that, when they're acting from their negative envy and seeing your privilege as the teacher. Okay. Some people was mad because you were privileged to be the teacher. Okay. Wow. She was a fairy. Smelling too good. Okay, everything is like you have people's dream life. Beauty and brains, pole dancer, scent and fragrance. It's like people see all this international recognition. People see all this, and this is very triggering. And then now a power couple, you literally have everything that you want. And so people are really going to struggle with this, right? People are going to struggle with you having a good life, right? Especially if you're in the role as the teacher. But you know, you just keep reminding people that everybody's has a role to play. And, you know, hopefully people will find people to take over their role. They'll move into their own enterprise. They'll move into their own, you know, artistry, right? Everybody's an artist. That means that there's no competition. If everyone embraces their inner artist, there's no competition. So that's the T. You know what I'm saying? Like, if everyone was an artist, it would not be, you know, if everyone has something to teach, you know, that they were really good at, then they wouldn't feel the need to, you know, compete with you about it. You know, but I'm definitely getting that this may be hard. You know, not everybody will have a teaching position. I don't think that everyone is meant to have a teaching position. And honestly, not everybody wants a teaching position. Let's be honest. Not everybody wants to be a teacher either. Like, it's like some people are in these leadership positions because they were quite literally forced to. Like, because you have, like, I'm getting at something where you were just naturally passionate about something. And this just reflects the fact that these people are not passionate about it. They don't have a purpose. You know what I'm saying? So, like, it's not like, don't try to look for somebody else's, you know, authority position as something that you're just not passionate and purposeful in. So, you know, I think that it was the conflict, friends, okay? Especially, you know, with these unhealed, you know, feminines that may have been in touch with your divine masculine, but I'm also getting your divine masculine struggle with y'all indulgent life. You guys being very affluent, being very, you know, open, being very, you know, just abundant with each other. I'm hearing a very groovy love, okay? Very groovy, okay? So, you know, your relationship is just, it represents a lot of abundance because of, you know, the fact that it was like spiritually led and aligned, okay? So let's wrap with these tarots, okay? 10 of Wands, yeah. I feel like that this is the issue, friends, with the 10 of Wands and the 6 of Pentacles in the reverse. this is a really imbalanced relationship. I think there's something where this person cannot just like, they're struggling with imbalanced relationships themselves. So I think that this is like the issue, that this creates a lot of burden in on your plate. If you might feel like you're doing all of the work. It's not that you're like, oh my God, I want to be the authority and I want to be in control so much. It's quite literally that you cannot trust these people with a responsibility, because they have all these external factors that are a threat and a liability. I'm getting to something where there's a threat and a liability to your relationship or to some type of securities. And these people, I'm getting to something where like they keep, I don't know, something where you're like very particular like about your stuff or something. I don't know, it just feels like there's a situation where this person isn't able to show up in the relationship because they have healing to do as well. Some of them are struggling. If these are third-party influences or people who, they're clearly shrinks next to you, shrinking violets next to you, okay? You and this person, you're like clearly the main character, but this person they're literally just like making you do all the work. Like I feel like you have to do all of the emotional labor in this situation because they're still like not planning for the future. Like something where they're not planning for the future and they're not conserving, and they're still struggling with relationships where there's imbalance. So they're still giving to things that don't make sense. And I'm also getting that they have codependent habits as well, to like, I don't know, something where especially these age difference relationships or unconventional relationships, these people have a lot of codependencies in these like previous relationships because they never functioned or they were never true love. They were never a harmonious relationship. And so they have been emotionally regulating in these relationships with people that haven't functioned. And you come in, internationally known, beauty and brains, with that scent and that fragrance, and as a talented artist, it is like shifting, like you are a success, which means that your relationship is a success because the fact that you were so unconventional with one another has so many different, coming from so many, empowered in so many different ways. I feel like you both are a power within each other. They're your divine masculine. They activated the fuck out of you. But because they don't know how to give and receive in a healthy way, especially in these other relationships where there's hidden and unseen forces, their karmic partners have hidden and unseen elements. Some of these people are acting completely duplicitous. They are totally acting under a facade. They're acting under one set of feelings while actually experiencing another. These people have been having to question their reality in these relationships and understanding what is, who is the main character. They have been under the shiny object syndrome, or they just been under a lot of illusions, wishful thinking, or just not seeing these people clearly for who that they are. This person is starting to learn something about their belief system as well. Especially with you guys having, you being affluent. Okay, some of you guys are just well endowed, and this person could feel like you're coming in from being, as very rich and they're very poor or something like that, or something where they might be the rich one and you might be the poor one, or there's something where there's the relationship is activating both of you, but there's something in the material realm where you guys cannot give and receive in a healthy way. Like it cannot function and cooperate because they're struggling with some of the synergetic aspects of your relationship, some things that are new, and unconventional, but yet very familiar and comforting and expanding, and has resulted in this person, functioning, loving, relating in a whole entire different way. So these people, I'm getting a lot of your relationships, they have been, not planning for the future because they're still quite literally not sure if they want to move forward after questioning everything in their life. Like, they still might get triggered from your past cycles, or they still, they feel burdened, by all the extra responsibility of having you. Like, it's something where you guys may have come into each other's life and fallen in love with each other. And this relationship, there's a lot of adjustments that need to be made in order for, your relationship to work and for it to like, I don't know, for it to function, because neither one of you guys were expecting to find true love. So this person has had a structure in their life or relationships in their lives that they thought were secure relationships, but they're starting to learn with this new truth and this divine masculine activation, with all your beauty and brains and smelling so good and just being so good. Like, they're just like, damn, like you made this person see the world clearly, right? And especially if they can find true love with you, they're starting to realize that these other relationships were not true love, and they're starting to understand the power dynamics within those relationships, and understanding that it's not about the way that somebody looked, it's not about the way, that they, it's not in any of that. right? They're starting to realize that these people in their lives have actually been destructive in their skills towards them, you know, teaching them negative traits, not actually, you know, something where you're actually reflecting back to this person, you know, they're a good teacher, they're a good guide, they're a divine feminine energy. You are their guide, you are their healer, you are curing this person. Your smell, your fragrance, oh my God, everything about you, you just be so good. You know what I'm saying? So they just be like, I can't resist it, but I'm also struggling with, you know, trying to manage all this responsibility of having you. You very high maintenance, being their true love, like, and that means that they need to go adjust in all these other relationships that they have had, you know, they have had. That's what I'm seeing, pal. You know, one, this is your divine masculine, but I'm also getting that these are people who are realizing your role as the teacher, and like sometimes you know, you're very strict and you will do whatever it takes, okay, for them to come up out of this, you know, imbalances, okay. So, you know, this person is working towards a new life goal, and they're struggling to stay motivated around that, especially if they're later in life and having you. Some of them are just like, why even bother? You know, some of them will be like, why even bother? Why should I even change anything if I've already had my life like this, right? So, but you're just like, well, it's never too late to have a new life goal. Okay, that's what I'm seeing, part one. Let me know how that resonates, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye. Hi, pal two. Welcome to your selection. So you chose Libre. Okay, so let's get into it. Let's pull your overall significator. Okay, so you are the mystic. Okay. Y'all, this is too funny. Y'all, I'm sorry. People are realizing about you. They see that you really in touch. You're really in tune. You already know what's going on. Like, people hate the fact that you know everything. Like, people see that you was reveling. You are reveling in this spiritual union that you have with the divine. I'm hearing something that has allowed you to have the eternal life force. Because something, you know, I'm getting that something happened that was sneaky deaky, and you're like, there's no sneaky deaky. Like, oh my God, y'all, I'm getting at something where there was like a sneaky link, or there was like a situation where, you know, somebody had, you know, they try to do something covert, try to do something concealed, and you just had a spiritual union with the divine and just knew the whole situation. I'm hearing, you know, you been bugged a bitch, okay? You knew the whole operation. You been bugged a bitch, okay? Something where you always 10 steps ahead. Like, you got the psychic advantage. And so people are just like, they see that you reveling in this psychic advantage. You just sitting there with a smirk on your face. You're not taking nobody serious. Like, you already know how all this is gonna go. Like, you, it's like, I don't know, y'all. People, yeah. Your romantic love. Y'all, this lover is crazy. They be testing your spiritual gift, because some of them know you psychic. Like, some of y'all lovers, I know this might be so scary, being in a romantic relationship and being a psychic at the same time. Like, some of y'all, some of y'all are really psychic, or like really intuitive. So like, your partners, I'm getting this romantic love, they try it all the time. Like, this person will try to get away with something, but you like watching their every move. I'm hearing something where you're always pulling their tarot cards, or you just know how this person gonna behave. Like, even if they try to put on the best conceit, like they try to wear the, I'm hearing that they be acting perfect. Like, something, they'll be on their best behavior, and still, like, it'd be like this silent conflict between the two of y'all. Or it'd be this silent, you know, warfare. Like, it'd be something where it's something that's concealed, like invisible enemies, or just like, you know, people who want to, like, you know, people who really wanted to do something, and keep it, like, you know, they're just really, like, I feel like these are really just like people who are tethered to you in the shadows. Like, something where these people, you know, I don't know, like, if these are competitors, it's like these people have, and even if you, like, I'm getting that if these are your competitors, or like third parties, or like these are people who it's like they want to steal sex from you. I don't know, something where this is getting strange, where people want to like steal sex, or it's like something where they, like your divine masculine is like they'll try to cheat on you, or maybe they have this privilege in your relationship where they'll try to, like, you know, your relationship is open, and sometimes like when you guys may be on space or break from each other, this person will go entertain another option, or they'll find some type of passionate, they'll try to go have a passionate moment with somebody else, and they realize that it was immature, or they realize that it was like, you know, it wasn't as good as they thought, or they, you know, it was just something that was not like worth the risk. And I'm also getting that, like, you know, you're very, I don't know, I feel like your romantic partners, the way they have been so sneaky and sly, it's like you have had to get some really advanced ass partners, because these shadows be so, like, they be just like, they be barely perceptible, like something like where they'll be like, people are wearing straight facades, and you'll be like, you're like in touch with the whole thing, like it's like you're in tune with the whole thing, so it's like they can't really get anything past you. And I think that's why you reveling in it, because you just be busting up every time they try to do something sneaky. Like, it's like something where you see it, you watching it every day. Like, you're seeing it every day. Like, every time they try to do something and get away with it, or you just be knowing, like, you just be having that inner knowing. And it's just, it's honestly funny. Like, I'm hearing that this conflict that you're having, especially if this is a romantic partner, if this is a divine counterpart, this person quite literally knows that you're a psychic, and they're testing your skills. Like, some of them are testing, you know, to see how you'll, you know, you'll react in your public image if they do something destructive. Like, so, y'all, this is crazy. We got the 10th house. Like, some of y'all, this person, this realization, pick a card. It could be a lot of people, but like, I'm getting that there's a lover coming. Y'all got a romantic partner that y'all are in a good place. Like, people see the collective as having everything. But, you know, you guys look through the 10th house, something where you have to be responsible and successful, and you know, you they know that you're becoming a person of power and status, so they trying to try you. Like, they're trying to try your skills. Like, some of them, they know, you know, you can have like something where you're having this like family violence, or you're having like this chaos behind the scenes, and this person, and they're doing this on purpose so that they can impact your 10th house. Like, some of them, they're trying to get in the way of your career, because they want your attention. This is your divine masculine. You guys experience a conscious love and reflection between one another. It's a very beautiful relationship. But this person is destructive because they want to get in the way of your work. They want to cause trouble. Like, so they want you to always be there. They want you to, so they try to do something slick and sly so they can punish you. Some of you, they will punish you for being away. Okay, they punish you for being away at work. So by doing something to to betray the relationship, or to make you mad or hurt you, because they know that it will make you have a volatile mood swing, because this is your romantic love. Like, they know that you love them. Like, they just want to act crazy on purpose. Yeah, with this devil energy, they're very obsessed with you. Okay, this is a shadow attachment right now, because they keep doing something destructive to harm you. Okay, and harm themselves too. They really are hurting themselves too. Okay, so, but this person, I'm getting that this could be other people who are obsessed with you, because they're tethered to you in a secret. Like with the devil, they're literally tethered to you out of a secret ill will. Like, some of these people, especially if these are lovers who ghosted, or people, they know, they're like literally watching you become a person of power and status, and you, like, after like maybe doing something negative to the relationship, like something where they, this person is carrying heavy burdens and heavy chains to you, because they did something to maybe dishonor the relationship, and they tried to keep it a secret. Like, these are romantic partners that maybe tried to keep, tried to like hide something very deep and dark, or they tried to do something to keep a destructive lie, or they have some other type of shadow attachment to you, to try to hurt your responsibility, or hurt your success. Because some of them try quite, they could be projecting their negative envy. Some of them, they are jealous of your success, but for others, they just really, they want your attention. They need to have you all the time. And so you know, this is just a reminder that this person, when you have to work, they will act crazy. Like some of these people, if you are in union with this person, you have to stay responsible in this relationship where you guys are having a lot of new emotional experiences and still learning how to, you know, emotionally regulate yourself, still learning how to be healthy and take care of yourselves. So you and this person, they know that you have a very intimate union with them in the spiritual realm. And so they just be trying to test it. Like they're trying to, some of them are just trying to test it. But I'm also getting that these people in the market are people who are just tethered to you out of a negative envy. People who wanted to take your career or they wanted to take your partner. It's like some of them are truly hidden, or these ex-partners are truly like, they're truly pissed off, or they're truly like burdened by you leaving the relationship and leveling up and staying responsible and just like becoming even more of a person of power and status. It's like, you know, they just, you know, they couldn't cooperate in the relationship, but you know, and they might have done something to harm you, right? They're a shadow attachment, and you know, they literally are watching you become a person of power and status after the relationship failed. And I think that, you know, they're realizing that you are reveling in the intimate union that you guys have. Okay, you're reveling in the intimate union, especially because some of them have left your physical reality or have come to a complete standstill in the relationship. We have offended and enlightened. Yeah, this is somebody who was offended by your enlightenment, right? So this was quite literally a relationship that there was a romantic love, and you guys were a conscious reflection of one another. But they were very offended by what you reflected back to them. They were very offended by the enlightenment that they got from you. And I know you were not, you know, you were not prepared for, you know, you were not prepared for them to kind of like jump ship or to choose someone else or to like take this awareness and go try to build up other relationships. I'm getting that some of them tried to go build up other relationships, or they chose somebody who was very, very weaker and less fortunate than you because they felt like they had more power in those dynamics, they had more control in those dynamics. But they have literally been addicted and obsessed with watching you, and you have been in like their daydreams. And it's like the craziest work for them to like be trying to like build up these other relationships while they're like becoming unhinged and obsessed about you in their maladaptive daydreaming. Like some of them were not even catching themselves or aware of the fact that they have been just sitting there daydreaming about you and trying to make this as if it was like some type of resentment or animosity. So now they have like, they may have done something to destroy the relationship or to like, you know, not honor the relationship in some type of way, but not, then they just like, they end up hiding their deep feelings because like they made a poor decision to just like I don't know, project the fantasy of you. Like they project you onto other people, or projected you some, you know, or sublimated somewhere else, or did something that was less, I don't know, they were easily offended by what, they were very offended by what you did or said, or whatever enlightenment you brought them, awareness that you brought them. And they may have justified that, like they had resentment about all of the, like they had a lot of resentment around all of the sacrifices they made to grow their enlightenment in this relationship. And their resentment, I'm getting something about their resentment was starting to build, or it just was like a lot of adjustments in the relationship, especially if you're here from Power 1. Or if these are not romantic partners as well, though, for real, because it's like some of these people were very offended by your enlightenment, and some of these people were just attached to you because they were obsessed, had a hidden or a secret, a shadow attachment to you, because they were obsessed about your romantic love. I think because they know that you're a person of power and status. They know that your partner is a power couple. But this partner, I'm getting that there was somebody who they tried to like, you know, they triangulated you, and they tried to go build up their other relationships or reconcile or try to recover what they lost in their other relationships with the enlightenment that you share with them. And some of you guys were really not expecting this person to like switch teams. Like it's something where you guys experience this conscious love with one another, and they panicked, or they just like, they felt more comfortable somewhere else while they integrated the truth. Okay, so it kind of felt like this person was like, had a really big struggle with you. Like you're clearly And this, I'm hearing something where you're constantly in their daydreams, but they have not been like choosing you. I don't know, something where they keep trying to work on something from the past, okay? Or they like, you know, they were totally not receptive or something towards you, okay? And yeah, they just felt like this was them, like a lot of their ascension tension. A lot of them, you know, this was like a lot of tension in your relationship, sacrifices in your relationship for them to grow their enlightenment. This is somebody that you knew when you were 27 years old, perhaps, is what I'm hearing. 27. Yeah. And now I'm getting to something where they may have just watched you. You know, I'm hearing they formed a karmic tie to you because they sat in their daydreams and didn't honor, like, they didn't honor the vision. I'm hearing something where someone folded on their values, or they hid who they truly were, which meant they hid their love for you and decided to do something conventional, mundane. They started to conform to something, or they got peer pressured by a group of people, and this was just like hard for them to, like, you know, they wanted to go explore these other, you know, relationships so that they can question their reality a lot more as well. I'm hearing that they were, you know, mastering themselves with other relationships, okay? So, you know, they have a shadow attachment to someone, you know, something else that doesn't involve their destiny, okay? And it's like, I think that this is like the issue, is because now they're watching your destiny and they realize that they missed an opportunity to have something that could have, like these loves, they like this true love that they have with you. It was like a miracle, okay? I'm getting to something where that you were like a miracle in their life, and they like squandered the miracle, okay? So some of them, they feel like they're a complete failure now, or they literally will not have any more opportunities. I'm getting that these people will not have any opportunities for true love, because this person is like, I don't know what happened. I don't want to say they won't have any more opportunities for true love, but it feels like they went to something that was like just to sit, like, I don't know, something where they were just like not satisfied with something else. It's like they just were not satisfied, and, you know, they just settled for that. I feel like for some of you guys, people, they just went they went and settled for something after folding on their beliefs and higher enlightenment that they got with you. I'm hearing that they chose to feel offended, or they chose to let their feelings of their anger and aggression and offense get out of control. Like, this person, even if they still touch you, or like, even if you guys still, like, you know, this could even be someone that you're married to. It's like these past disagreements that, you know, it has been taking a lot of sacrifice in order to for this person to get the higher enlightenment about something. It's like they might just choose to go master themselves with someone else, and dishonor the relationship, but they're like still addicted to you and like still attached to you as their teacher, and they're just like going to like use it to try to build something else up that doesn't compare to you. Pal 2. So let me see. Yeah, this was definitely love and beauty, honey. It was definitely everything that, like, a destiny of love and beauty, and they just like folded on that, okay? And I'm hearing that they went off with somebody who, I'm hearing they tried to make a copycat. I'm hearing something where they tried to make a copycat of you. Okay, there was a copycat of you. They tried to make somebody, they tried to replace you, okay? Or they tried to build up and mature their other relationships, okay? Because they like let their feelings, they let the situation get out of control. They let too much time pass or something like that. And I feel like a lot of you have just been, you know, truly like free from the burden of this situation, because you're like this trendsetter, person of power and status, and anything that they have, or they're trying to find emotional fulfillment in something else. I'm hearing that they're trying to find emotional fulfillment in your copycat, okay? Yeah, a water sign, something like a Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. This person is truly disconnected from reality. Like I said, this was the maladaptive daydreaming. They've been maladaptively daydreaming about you, and they have a lot of relationships where they have tried to find some, like, they have been deluding themselves into thinking that they were emotionally satisfied with a copycat, right? That person, I'm hearing somebody was like, it's like you went around this person, and they were like, I don't know, something about your arms. I don't know, something where they're comparing your arms. Somebody's name that starts with a G or H. It's like something where you are, you're like a militant, you're like security or something like that, or something where you're like the police, you're in the government, or something where you are, you have like a military or something. Like people see, they see you as having an army of people. So you going into this relationship with them, this person, they thought that you were by yourself. I think that this is why they felt like they can abuse their position in your life. I'm getting a romantic love. This person thought that you were by yourself, but then when they saw your 10th house, they saw your responsibility and how you are this successful person that's like in charge of a military or something like that, or in charge of a well-regulated militia, like something where you're literally, you ganged up in this bitch, like something where they saw you get ganged up, like they saw you get a group of people who protect you or something like that. Like there's a group of people, or even some people are watching you, they're realizing that you're getting a romantic love that is like a bear. It's like something where this person is protective like a bear, like this person is always there, is what I'm hearing. I'm something where there's like this person, even in separation, like something where you are still reveling in your intimate union with one another. Like, and so when you get back with one another, when you see each other in person again, it just be like love and beauty. But there's been a lot of ascension tension in this separation. So because this person has had a lot of shadow attachments where they have been using to cope, or they were deluding themselves into thinking that, that they were satisfied with the copycat, okay? After having you, I'm hearing something about after having the best quality, it's like something where they will never be satisfied again, okay? So if they, I don't know, something if they, I'm hearing especially in Aquarius, like somebody will never be, they'll never be satisfied again. They'll never be successful is what I'm hearing. So it's like it doesn't matter if they copy off you because they're just like not successful. But people are definitely realizing that you're this trendsetter, you're this adaptive, fluid person. You are a conduit of the water element, especially as this mystic. Some of you guys have been learning a lot of lessons, reflecting back through your romantic love. And some of these relationships, they end in a very painful situation where your relationships, where these masculines were easily offended, they were unhealed, right? You come in, you activate them, or you show them a reflection. Maybe not even activate them, because some of them, they might not be divine if they're not making the right decisions. So I think we should be have a little bit more scrutiny on who we call divine masculine, okay? Because if they choose number 2 or they choose their second option, they meant that they were probably a lower standard or lower, they were not evolving at the same rate as you. So they went to go somewhere where they felt more in control, or they went to something on their evolutionary frequency, or some of them quite literally fell behind. Like they fell behind. They were not, like I'm hearing a lot of men, okay, who are realizing this about you. Men who got, you just end up having a intimate union with the divine with them. And you know how everything played out. I'm hearing something where you know everything about the situation. You know how unsuccessful they are in this, and they, when they were disconnected from reality. But like you're curing this person and bringing them into reality. As they watch you grow and expand into your destiny, you reflect back to them that they're just a failure. They're not having success anywhere else. So if they were easily offended, they see you and your gang, and they see y'all as very successful. Like you and your tribe, or whoever defends you, whoever protects you, are very successful. So anybody who's like in opposition was just like not successful, right? So that's the tea, bitch. Queen of Cups, yeah, definitely see you as emotionally compassionate about this situation, because they really truly, this person really truly has an internal struggle with you, okay? They don't feel prepared. They still don't have everything that they need to, break some of these ties from their unhappy life. Like something where they're still, like I said, some of them they're getting left behind, okay? Because they cannot keep up with, they're still offended. Like something where they're still offended by something, or there's not enough, emotional, right? I mean, something where, this person is choosing not to stick together. And they were like I'm hearing something where they were instructed to stick together, okay? So, you might be having, you might be getting the reminder to stick together, you know, but I definitely feel like there's so much internal struggle that this person is having where you guys don't reach your emotional fulfillment and you have to stay strong, you know, or, you know, there's a lot of like burdens to carry, you know, in this relationship, you know, where this person, like I'm hearing something where they're very burdened with some type of internal struggles that they've been having. I know some of this is not even having to do with you. This was a projection. Them feeling offended was a projection of them feeling unsuccessful. Okay? So, you know, this person still does not have what they need. They're still, you know, some of them are still starstruck about you. Some of them are still disconnected from reality in a way. Okay? Some of this is self-imposed restriction. Some of them, they're trying to choose not to. They're in denial. Some of them are still in the first stages of grief about some of these imbalanced relationships that they've had or losses and failures that they had in their life. They're still in denial. They still have a Peter Pan syndrome, not wanting to grow up, not wanting to, like, you know, just be like, okay, look, I got to face some of these demons, or I got to, you know, start being responsible, or you know what I'm saying? Like, I got to focus on my career. Like, some of them are really just like never focused on their career. And they feel like that you are very focused on your career. And so this is like a really, you know, this is the internal struggle that they have. But, you know, they feel like a failure watching you move on with your life. You know, a lot of these people from the relationships that didn't fulfill, okay, people who have, you know, they went back to their ex, they reversed, okay, some of them reversed to their, you know, they went back, they decided to stay at the south end, they decided to stay with the karmic because that was, you know, something where they're making an irrational decision because of some type of sunk cost. These are costs that cannot be recovered. This person, they feel like they have, you know, they will lose everything that they worked for in their life. Especially these marriages that crumbling down. Some of these people, they literally worked their lives to build up these structures and these homes and their families and these kids and stuff like that. These are literally their life. You know what I'm saying? So you got to be patient or something like that. Like, you know, this is a reminder to stick together. But I feel like some of you guys, this person, they are like really struggling with this investment that they made that did not work out, where the lovers it was just not an aligned choice. It's not because of how they look, but this person is still not having everything they need to fully process this whole situation. So you guys have a shadow attachment while this person is still, you know, strategizing around this poor investment of their past life. They're really, really struggling, you know what I'm saying, to, you know, connect to the reality of the matter. I think that is a part of it as well. Some of these relationships are duplicitous, and they're starting to realize that they invested in something that wasn't aligned. They invested in people who did not have the same values as them, people who were not going in the same direction as them. These are hard pills to swallow. When you come as being so responsible and successful, they realize that they were not responsible with their time. They were not responsible with their wealth. This person was just not responsible whatsoever. And you have come in with this enlightenment, and they were offended by that because you reflect the success to their failure. So some of them will go and choose something karmic. They will choose to be offended because they're so embarrassed and angered at their own failures. Okay? So, you know, this person is like, they're watching you and they see how militant and structured you are around things, how serious you are around this tribe or this military or this group that you're in charge of or something like that, this team of people where y'all are spiritually strapped. Y'all are really, with this mystic, y'all really are spiritually strapped in this bitch. And so your gang and your team always wins. So if they were doing something destructive, I'm hearing something with this inner struggle, 9 of Wands. If they were doing something destructive to you, they harmed you in a way, or they tried to attack you. Some of them, they thought that you were alone. They thought that you were, you know, that I don't know, something where you let them know that you really ganged up in this bitch. Okay? You really a gang. You really, you know, not alone. You really didn't need, you know, their support. You something where they thought they could take your support away and that you would be alone. And that you just come crawling back, right? But you were just like, I see that you have a shadow attachment and an internal struggle, and, you know, a third party that's a health and safety risk. And some of y'all are just like, there's a third party with this 10 of Cups in the reverse that's a shadow attachment that they have been handling so totally irresponsibly. Or you need to handle this situation responsibly, because there's a third party that's a liability or a health and safety risk. And I'm getting that, you know, you put up you may have had to go through a spiritual warfare with people who wanted to harm you. Okay, this is what people are realizing, friends. I'm all over the place, lots of messages, but very good, you guys. Congratulations, you're doing so great. You're such a beautiful trendsetter. You've mastered the water element. You mastered your emotional realm, especially around these romantic partners. But most people who have had a shadow attachment to you because of an internal struggle, where you reflect to their success to their failure, they are realizing that you are a success indeed, that you are fluid, and that you don't typecast people based on their success or what they have. And so, this was something that this person is still, they were offended because they felt judged, they felt ashamed, they felt immoral with this devil, right? And so, you helping them understand that you are not, everything floats your boat, something like that. Pride 365 or something, okay? I think that this is ultimately a beautiful thing because you are coming out as the Queen of Cups. But, this lack of fulfillment in this relationships, actually, like, you have to put on a very strong face because you're like, I know that we had this conscious reflection, or you quite literally know that it was true love. And it's something where it is like, you guys started saying the word we a lot. I'm hearing something where you guys started saying the word we, or you started to make a lot of plans together, started to have your own structures and own investments with one another. And this person, they haven't, you're like, you've had to like free yourselves from this person, especially if you were building something together. Because they realize that you had a whole gang of people supporting you. Okay, they see that you were not alone, that they were not the only way that you could succeed. This person was driven by a selfish, an intense greed. They were not prepared to, give you to fulfill on any of these promises, right? Because they thought they tried to take advantage of something, some type of perceived weakness. I'm getting a romantic partner where this person, they tried to make it seem like, something where they were like, trying to take advantage of you needing them in some type of way. This person tried to abuse their authority in your life. They tried to abuse their stable position in your life, and this led to a lot of unhappiness because they were truly struggling with the dynamic of your relationship with this Nine of Wands. They were truly struggling, right? Well, they were seemingly in a position of authority or being the person that you really needed, right? They were growing, it's like something where they gave you a crown and then they tried to take it back, or they were helping you they were actually a big role in you becoming responsible. So I don't know, something where they were a big role in you becoming successful and responsible, and then they started to grow resentful and offended by, that, okay? So, because they know that they were not, I don't know, I think this is just them struggling with, you guys having, you being unconventional, you having a different role in each other's lives, or you having multiple roles within each other's lives. It's a precarious dynamic, but they still don't have everything they need to adapt into your relationship. And so this is a shadow, relationship. And I think that this actually just makes you, because you are obsessed with each other, and there's a liability, I think that some of you guys, you are sneaky link with one another, okay? Nobody knows, you're not talking about it, you know what I'm saying? Like something where you guys are obsessed with one another because you know that there's a health and safety risk or a financial liability around this relationship, where this person has just been, you have to be the responsible one around this, okay? Because I'm getting it for a lot of you, you actually probably need to take the lead on this situation. Some of them have been so codependent on somebody in a financial way that they need you to like see this through with them and stay committed. Especially because some of y'all started saying the word we a lot. I'm hearing something where this person, there's a marriage on the line. There's a lot of deeper commitments. I'm hearing all your partners are in the 7th house. I'm hearing that this is involving work and personal matters. This is like a big lifetime investments that you're making with one another. And you still have to stay strong through this person's, inner struggle with their past life where they were not fulfilling. Okay, they're just like, oh, you are just out here with all this emotional fulfillment. You're like, no, I wasn't out here with all this emotional fulfillment. I was working a lot, and I just so happened to, run into you, and it being, something, what I'm saying, you having this, intimate union where it was so spiritually deep, right? So I think both of you guys had shortcomings coming to the relationship, and they're just struggling with that. That's what I'm seeing, pal, too. Let me know how that resonates, you guys, and I will see y'all in the next one. Bye. Hi, pal 3. Welcome to your selection. So you chose Patrick Ta, okay? But we also have your significator. We have the warrior. Oh, snap. Okay, y'all. This, I didn't even realize this card came out. I don't even know what I was thinking, but so, y'all, okay. You don't care anymore. People are realizing that you become very indifferent to people suffering. It's like you, I don't know, it's like you, because you had to go to war, it's kind of, you know, like you had to go to a battle for just your life, like just, or for a victory of something, to win something, you've had to go to war. And so in order for you to win this, you have had to get to the point where you like, you can't care, like, I don't know, like something where you've had to grow indifferent, because this is a situation that is I just feel like an opposing of views, perhaps, like there was complete opposites in this situation. Okay, Romeo and Juliet. Okay, the East versus the West, the North versus the South. There's been a conflict, and they feel like you are attacking them, okay, because they are people who wanted to stop you from getting victory. It's like you have grown very indifferent to their suffering. Okay, you don't care how it makes them feel, because I don't think that they cared how it made you feel. Okay, so it is, you know, a hard lesson to learn here, to teach people about empathy. I think this has been kind of a theme across the pals, is because like there's some type of situation where you have there's somebody who's had like a complete lack of empathy. Like some of them, they have been like, they've had the privilege of not considering being in your position, but it's like something where you're literally putting these people in your position, and the tables have turned. Your communication that you have been receiving, just try to run every piece of it through your heart center, because there's somebody here where you may have been suffering and you've just had to stay very strong, and you've had to have a lot of willpower and skill at doing something to have victory in your life, because there's been someone who has been like indifferent to your suffering, and they feel like now your communication is very indifferent to their suffering. It's like you will say anything you want. You will say things to hurt them on purpose, and you are getting the victory by any cost, by any means necessary, because this is not like they're indifferent. Something about their suffering of you was like unethical. It was like something that was unethical, or it was something where it was like a conscious decision making, or, you know, it was just something where I don't, some of them were disconnected from reality. I think some of them were disconnected from reality, and that's why they were lacking of empathy. And it's like something where you realize something, like you made them feel something that they did to you. And these people have been like, your victory involves you making people feel the sorrow that you experienced. It's like something where you were extremely discouraged, troubled, disappointed, and sorrows, and you just had to stay strong. Like something where you had to stay disciplined and strong around something, and somebody did not give a fuck about how something made you feel. Like I'm hearing something about, oh, pal 3, I'm sure they're fine. I'm sure they're fine. I'm hearing something where someone was like, oh, I'm sure they're fine. It's like somebody was like, oh, I'm sure you're fine. And you were like truly suffering, like truly going through it. And somebody like justify harming you, stealing from you. Someone's name is Brittany. Somebody was like in a secret competition with you when you were like suffering and going through a hardship or tragedy or cry, like literally people, I'm hearing something where you were like in an emergency, a crisis or adversity, and someone tried to, like, their anger and frustration about you or something got out of control. Some type, I don't know, something happened where someone tried to like literally justify, I don't know, they tried to like justify like doing something that they knew was like wrong, okay? Or they just tried to not, like they tried to pretend that you were not suffering, or they tried to pretend like, you know, that it was like, I'm hearing something because you were hotter than someone. It's like something because you were hotter than someone, okay? Let me see. I'm hearing this person is like a 4 out of 10, okay, or something like that. Like someone's not attractive, okay? But, you know, you're getting communication about this and you're trying to run it through your heart center around why this person has been betraying the relationship, or why they have been seemingly indifferent to the suffering that they have been causing you. And I think that a lot of this has actually like built a lot of resentment around you, because like it is like a hardship in the relationship where this person was very aware that something was abusing you, or they were very aware that something was a liability, a chronic health or safety challenge. And they left you to stay strong. They left you to face a challenge, you know, find some other skills or find some other opportunities. I'm hearing something where you kind of ran out of luck. And this person was like the cherry on top. Like they were like the cherry on top and they folded and betrayed or something, okay? We have the Aries. Yeah, there was some elements involved here where it became a combat, or it became, you know, it became a violent, aggressive situation, or it became like, you know, it became something that was like materialistic, or like, you know, somebody who was materialistic. I don't know, something where they chose somebody who was materialistic and just was like, oh, you're fine. Oh, I'm sure Pile 3 is fine. I mean, something where they took away resources, opportunities, and just was like, oh, I'm sure Pile 3 is fine. I'm just gonna go, you know, invest in this materialistic waste, and just like, because you were like hotter than you. I'm hearing something where you got fired, or you got, you know, you got like, I don't know, someone was indifferent to their, like, to what happened because you were hotter or something like that, okay? And this person was just like somebody who lacks self-control anyway. So they're very hot-tempered and impulsive, and you know, this person has a really terrible self-image. So they're very aggressive, and you know, they have a tendency to whine about things. And you know, this person, I'm hearing something where they can be bossy, and they just were demanding and overbearing. And this was also like something where, you know, they tried to, like, they became aggressive or something like that. And you know, it's because they were so jealous and possessive. And I feel like this was also playing into the role. Like, I feel like something where, you know, this person, like, it ended up being a combat. It ended up being like like they ended up fighting you. I'm getting at something where this could be a romantic partner, or this could be someone who was so, like, angry about something. Like, I don't know, something where they grew very angry about something, and they went to a lot of, like, they let their aggression, the risks that they were taking around their anger and aggression got out of control. And they got to the point where they started to become indifferent because they were truly trying to, like, I'm getting that something about this was like totally irrational and unsound. And they were like, they were very angry at you for being self-assured, okay? They might have even tried to, like, start to insult you, or they might have tried to do went through a lot of different triangulations, or did a lot to try to make you feel bad about yourself, and or to, like, stop you from having a supportive community. Something where people try to really stop you from having a supportive community. And they were just like, somebody, this is somebody who was very argumentative and aggressive. So this person, you know, you had to go to war with them, and they tried to get a victory to try to harm you. Like, I'm hearing something, they tried to get a victory over you by becoming completely indifferent and risking your life, or like becoming completely indifferent and like firing you, or doing something that they know will cause you to suffer. And so they really wanted that, like, they wanted you to be the one to suffer. Like, they did as much as they possibly could to like make you suffer, okay? Because they were so aggressive and argumentative. Some of these people will really deny that, you know, they will really deny that they felt this way because they don't want to admit the fact that they were just trying to get a victory because they were growing angry and out of control. And this was just like their own, you know, lack of self-control and lack of self-image, like positive self-image. So some of them, they will completely, I'm hearing that they're in a cycle or in cycles where they're being deliberate. I don't want to say deliberate. They might just be lying to themselves. They might be deliberately disloyal because they're literally lying to themselves and won't just like admit the fact that they were just like out of control. It's like something where you may have had some communication with this person. I'm getting that you guys, you know, you were trying to, you know, stay on the, you know, I'm getting that you guys were trying to stay on the positive about things. You were trying to, you know, keep a honest communication with somebody because a lot of you guys, you really, you know, it may set, you know, those really positive intentions. And I think that they are ultimately the best intentions, but this person's like really, really poor self-control and self-esteem. They felt like their heart, like some type of communication that you gave them kind of like ripped their heart out of their chest. Like they were very sensitive and, you know, highly emotional about something. And I'm getting that some of it was because if this is a romantic partner, this is a person who loved you first. I'm getting that you know, they fell in love with you first and the relationship did not work out because, you know, they grew angry about that. You know, something where they were angry about it, okay? You know, it hurt their self-image, right? So, you know, self-love and self-loathing. Yeah, this is just somebody who didn't love themselves enough to, like, you know, have a, you know, the cycle was like them, you know, them not loving themselves. So they really projected that poor self-image onto you. It was like they were very angry, aggressive, and fighting and attacking because ultimately they loved you first and they felt very heartbroken, abandoned, and rejected when you did not love them, you know, right away, or when you were not like, you know, this person. I'm getting to something about the dynamic. It was just something where you didn't believe in them, or you were wrong about them too, or it was just something where, you know, you might have had an ego projection as well, like something where you were like, you may not have even considered their option before, right? Or you didn't really think that it was a feasible relationship to begin with. I'm getting that mostly this was just like, you didn't think that it was a feasible relationship, or you were not looking for this kind of dynamic, and things just changed, and, you know, you have been making a lot of adjustments since, you know, finding true love with one another, because like I'm getting that you guys have actually went to war against each other because your self-image was so bad. Like this person's self-image was so bad, and I'm also getting that you have been struggling with, you know, this person, and you know, you've been struggling with seeing, you know, sacrificing your own ego as well, because some of you guys, you know, the tables turned on you as well. Is when, you know, this person was at war with you, or when they were angry, fighting, attacking, choosing someone else. You know, this helped you, you know, realize, you know, how much you did love them and how much you did care about them, and you know, I think it helped you value your opportunity with them a lot more. But I definitely think that there was just a dynamic that allowed for this, right? Or it could have been a lot of wrong assumptions that, you know, that led the dynamic. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm seeing, you know, about what, you know, what this person is realizing about you, okay? What people are realizing about you. I'm getting that something where you go very perfectly with this person. I'm hearing that you are actually like a perfect match with this person. Some of you guys look alike. Y'all got the same, I don't know, something where you are like a perfect match. And this is destiny. I'm getting that this was a destiny, and you guys have just been, I don't know, something where the foundation in this relationship needs to shift, or there needs to be a big change, and you'll just be planning for this. You know, because, you know, I'm getting first somebody tried to diss. I'm hearing that they may have tried to like start dissing or something. That this may have been a situation, this person started to diss or something like that. Like somebody started to diss because, you know, they was hating themselves so much. Like something where this is like quite literally a projection, okay? But I'm also getting that your ego, you know, shouted around the situation too. I'm hearing something where it was unlikely and it like made you, I'm hearing that you actually manifested this person, or you manifested this situation. You were like, well, I wasn't expecting all of this. I'm hearing something where you were not, you were just not expecting something, or there's, you know, something where this person just had a higher vantage point. They had more, you know, insight about the situation than you did. So, you know, they got mad at you that you were not, you know, I don't know, something where you were not keeping up with them, or you were not, you know what I'm saying, you were not feeling it. And then when they went and did something, you know, to get a victory, I'm hearing something where they went and got a victory, tried to get a victory over you. And now you're starting to see the big picture where, you know, why you guys went to war so much about this situation. Okay, I'm getting a lover. It's like something where there was a conflict, you know, between the two of you. And, you know, it was like something that was, you know, you were not prepared for all the way. And, you know, you were not totally, I'm hearing something where you guys got angry about something very, you know, got angry about something, but then your anger quickly passes. I'm getting something where, I don't know, this person, they're realizing that you've been angry about something that they've done to be, when they were indifferent to your suffering, but then they taught you as well, you were indifferent to them as well, when you had this ego block around, you know, not seeing the potential of the relationship, or not realizing what you manifested with one another. I'm getting there's something where you was like, oh shit, like this is a true love, like something where you both were shocked that you had true love. So, you know, it's been a lot of adjustments around the relationship, but, you know, they're starting to realize that you were actually like perfect for them. Like this person is starting to realize that you're perfect for them. So, oh my gosh, pile 3. So I don't want to hear nobody in the comments telling me, oh, the whole reading has been about love. Y'all, this has been I'm telling y'all some love heads. Like some of y'all want a man so bad. Like what y'all want a man for? Y'all want a partner so bad, but y'all getting it too though now. Y'all getting it. I'm hearing a lot of your relationships are starting to blossom and flourish. Okay, but this was a lot of growing pains. This was a lot. You were like, okay, I had to be strong and have willpower to sacrifice, you know, and disciplined around this situation to see the bigger picture of this masculine. Okay, I'm getting there's something where there was an argumentative masculine, and it was because they truly were just like, they truly were in love with you, like, and you were just like do like it was like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, I'm in love with you, and you're just like not something where you were not, I don't know, something you were not, you didn't have the light about it yet, like something where it's just like they may have loved you, but they were not enlightened yet. And I think this is why you were so, you know, I don't know, you forced this person to, like, you know, you stayed disciplined around something that they were trying to like rush. It's like they fell in love, or maybe you both fell in love, but you were just like, you knew that they hadn't had the full enlightenment to see the bigger picture all the way. And you knew that it would be like a lot of growing. And this is really like, I'm getting that like this is helping you, your anger subside, because you're not knowing that like this indifference was them feeling abandoned and rejected. It was like, you know, they really didn't feel good enough when you did not reciprocate. And so they may have stopped reciprocating. Okay, this person, I'm hearing someone was truly struggling, feeling rejected and abandoned by you because they loved you first, and you were just like, we have to stay disciplined. I can't invest in this all the way. I'm hearing something where you might have loved them too, or you knew something was manifesting for, you know, in this situation, and you were just like, we need to stay disciplined, you know, and stuff like that. So, you know, this person, they get angry when you stay disciplined, but they know, like, they have like all these fears and all these, you know, I don't know, these challenges where they have to go, like, they have to like struggle with that, you know, abandonment and rejection they felt when you were possibly exploring other options, or when you were still unsure about the relationship, or you were just, you know, you were moderating the situation here. So you made sure things have been happening in moderation, and it was for both of you guys to see, you know, their bigger picture. And I feel like during this period they may have even started to deny, you know, you and everything, because they were struggling so bad with you staying disciplined and, you know, keeping, you know, try to keep a moderate intensity in this relationship. Okay, so, you know, you definitely need to, like, we have Venus, okay, energy, love and beauty, and then we have 5th house on the bottom of the deck. This involves your working routine and hobbies and love and beauty. This is, you know, you have to take on the role as a leader in this situation, because they were indifferent in a period and being really childish and immature about this conflict, right? But ultimately they are in love with you. Like ultimately this person is like, you're like actually perfect for this person. But I also feel like this puts you in a situation where you force this person to depend on themselves. You were depending on yourself as well. I'm getting that it taught this person has been learning how to defend themselves, because there was some type of self-loathingness. I don't know, something where they were just like, they have not had balanced exchanges. Okay, these relationships that they feel like that you might have felt like they were investing in, these people were actually attacking them. Okay, these people, like, you know, you think they off with some third party or something like that. These people are actually attacking your destiny and your love together. They're actually attacking their true love. They're actually attacking, you know, what makes them feel good, right? And when this person has a volatile mood swing, you know, these people, I'm getting that they just are like a prey on the hunt. They can sense this person's vulnerability. They can sense that this person is in need of something, or that they're struggling to feel secure in their relationship that they have with you. Some of these people, these triangles, they know about you. They know that you're their love and their beauty. And so this person has been, like, you being away from them, you made them go up against these third parties. You made them go up against all these people that were fighting and attacking, because these people have been driven by materialistic and selfish, you know, desires. These people have not cared about them, and you let them know, you know, it's something where there was like tough lessons where you guys were maybe at war with one another, and they had to go learn how to defend themselves. And this is showing them, you know, that they have truly been defenseless. This is showing them that they truly have been at risk, right? So this helped this person value their life a lot more, right? When you showed them, they grew combative and defensive about something, you know, your love, and it was like you are clearly having the love and beauty with this person. And there may have been some type of people who've been going to war with you. They could have been going to war with you. And there's also external factors as well, external third parties, external threats on the relationship. And, you know, this person had been just drowning in this dynamic, I think. And they needed to stand up to a situation where people were attacking, okay? You have also learned self-defense, okay? Because ultimately, this person is starting to realize that if they have this beautiful love with you, that must mean, like, and you're a star, right? That must mean that they're also a star, right? So this person has been seeing their reflection as well, okay? And you are actually like responsible, you know, for helping this person stay driven. They have been very driven, you know, and being successful. But some of you guys have felt like you've been on another planet from this person because of this, you know, warfare that you have been going through, you know, with this person, and how they have been struggling with you being self-assured. And it's just reflecting to them that they are not, okay? So that's what I'm seeing, you know, around what people are realizing about you, Pile 3. This person who has been, you know, they've been a lot of growing pains, okay? Some of you guys were sharing a home with this person. Okay. Pile 3. Yeah. What? You and this person are like a power couple, or you're like success driven, okay? Yeah, this person, they needed to, I don't know, some of y'all are dealing with your relationships. Some of y'all, this is a collective theme, that relationships have had hidden and unseen forces. Like, some of you guys have had dysfunctional relationships, or relationships that really have impacted your self-image, because they have had elements where people have been having unseen and hidden elements, okay? I'm hearing someone who was just materialistic. I'm hearing this person, there was a secret, it was like a holy secret that this person had. I'm hearing something about their past life, where this person has really been feeling rejected and abandoned because these people were just materialistic around them. These people did not have a deep spiritual connection with them. These people did not take care of them, and it was clear. I'm hearing something, it was clear. And this person, I'm hearing something where they were like, they stood up to all these people who didn't really care for them. Like, I'm hearing something where this person is starting to cope with, and get acceptance around people who were just materialistically driven towards them. These people did not love them. Okay? What, like, at all, I'm hearing abandoned. I'm hearing somebody that they needed to fire. Okay? And they might have had a lot of memories with somebody, or I'm hearing something where they might have fired you instead of firing this person because they projected this materialistic person onto you. Okay, this person has been getting a secret about this. I'm hearing something where you put the vision in this person's mind, and this helped this person understand what was hidden and unseen about a relationship where somebody was just materialistic and they weren't really a true support system. They were not really, you know what I'm saying, an ally, right? This person has been struggling to get to accept the truth around these people who they may have invested a lot of time, money, and resources in. Okay, they may have thought they had a nurturing, sensitive, and caring relationship with somebody. Okay, but then they started to realize that these relationships were not nurturing, sensitive, and caring. Okay, this is making this is making this person hate themselves because they have been with somebody who, they put a lot of emphasis on the time, or they were just like, they thought, they were like, oh, they put a lot of meaning into something that was just like superficial. Okay. And yeah, and there's been a lot of anger and anxiety around this. Okay, so something where you may have not even like, you may have like not loved this person first, and it's triggered this situation from their past where somebody was just materialistic. Okay. Okay. I don't know if you were just like, I don't know, I think something about you were also strategizing and mastering something as well. I think that maybe they definitely feel like, I don't know, something where you were very clear. I don't know, it's like the communication where you were very clear and you let them know that like you understand what kind of relationship this is, or it's something where you adjusted this person's expectations of you. It's like something where they may have fallen in love with you and had the expectation that this was just like something that you were going to fall into, when there may have been a dynamic that was, that could bring about destructive emotions. Like, I don't know, something where you tried to be very disciplined around this until you saw the bigger picture. Okay, so it's like you already knew. Okay, but you just didn't, or maybe you saw the bigger picture before and you just, this was a lot of integrating of the smaller details. Okay, especially with this person struggling, with people who are just materialistic. And if this isn't a lover, I know we went really long-winded around that, but I know that this is very difficult for some of you guys. Romantic theme in the realization, pick a card today, is that there's a lot of friendships and romantic relationships and people who are just not in alignment. And some of you guys are starting to find a tribe with people who are perfect for you. I'm hearing people who are perfect for you. Situations, dynamics that are perfect for you. Unconventional, but they work. Some things are just starting to work. Right? But I'm getting that there was a situation where some people have been indifferent to your suffering because, and causing a lot of anger and anxieties, or putting you in a dangerous situation when their discernment was blocked. Okay, I'm also getting that a lot of people have had not had enough discernment around these, people who have been violent and angry and aggressive. I'm hearing cloud chasers, someone's name that starts with the letter P-S. Yeah, people, I'm getting a lot of people who have not had a lot of discernment of Gemini. These people have no discernment around these people. They can't see that these people are materialistic. They can't see that these people are shadows. Okay? And they thought that they had a nurturing, sensitive, and caring relationship or something like that. Okay? Like something where they might just be like, oh, it's just sex, or something where they're realizing that it's just a sexual relationship. But I think that this may have been a relationship that you were involved, that this person was involved in before you. Okay? And they may have thought these relationships were passionate or explosive, or that they were good. And, or they quite literally the relationships had already run dry, or the relationships had already lost, you already had lost security within each other's lives or something, or they already lost security within each other's lives. And because of some type of time that they invested, or some type of memories that they have with these people, they thought that they attached a lot of meaning to those. And they're starting to realize that those people were just materialistic, that there's not actually a collaboration, cooperation, or like mutual love, or mutual or aligned values, right? So this is why this person is feeling so rejected and abandoned, because everybody around them was materialistic. Okay. So yeah, I think that is quite literally the karmic evolution, where this person needed to wake up and realize the truth. Okay. And some of you guys you came around with a cardinal modality. It's like something where they were disillusioned by your nurturing, sensitive care. They were like, people are realizing this, that your nurturing, sensitive, and care, your love and beauty, and your growing pains showed everybody how materialistic these other people were, including these other options that your romantic partners have had. It made them realize that these people have been carrying secrets, and that they were like holy secrets. It was like something that was totally like changed. It's like something where you totally changed a motherfucker life, with this truth that or this, like, your emotions and your nurturing, sensitive care, and your relationship was, it made this person transform something big. I'm hearing something where it made this person fire somebody, or it made this person change a big structure that they've had in their life. It made them put a lot of space in between somebody and, and I'm hearing an ex-partner, ex-wife. And they have just been, I know that they may have come to a full standstill with these people. But the situation is still dangerous, because they're dealing with a lot of anger and frustration around, this disappointment. Okay. It's hurting their self-image really bad. And then on top of some of you, where they loved you first. Okay. That really hurts them too. So it'd be like everything. They feel so rejected and abandoned by everybody. Okay, Page of Pentacles, and Seven of Swords, right? And then the Eight of Swords. Yeah, I'm getting there's something where this person, you have to be the leader in this situation, because they're going to continue to try to do something. I'm hearing they're hiding these destructive emotions, like anger and fear, and still, acting out of this internal struggle. They don't want to deal with these anger and, and destructive emotions, and anxiety about you, right? They have to, this is, you can't do anything about this person's, I don't know, I'm hearing something where have a little patience. I know that you might not be very patient, because you're very clear and direct in your communication. But some of these people will still struggle to go within, because this is an emotional thing, right? So some of this is quite literally, emotions can cloud your perception and your judgment. And this is why the situation is dangerous, because there's so much emotions and upheaval and pain around this person getting revealed, like the truth. It's like something about you. You were just like you came in like an empire. You came in as their everything. And this helped show this person that they haven't had everything, that they had materialistic things. They had things that didn't evolve. They had things that didn't grow. They had things that failed, right? And so this person has been needing to make a lot of decisions around these relationships, but their discernment is very blocked when they are triggered by, their self-loathing behavior. Okay, their self-loathing behavior is very triggering. It's like something where you guys will have a new emotional experience, and they will get triggered, and they will not be reflective about it, and they go and do something that is irritating, or they try to, like, I don't know, something where they'll do something to with their past life. Okay, they'll try to strategize around something with their past life, so that they can try to, like, I don't know, try to build it up, try to recover from the past life of people who all those relationships lost their security, because it's been very materialistic. Okay. So That's what I'm seeing, friends. Let me know how that resonates, pile 3. You know, there's a lot of realization around you're super focused, especially you're very strategic around these people who have been, you know, avoiding doing the spiritual labor, okay? Because they really do feel that these internal struggles that they have with you are really a personal matter from their past life where their self-image was harmed. It was never these people who were angry, aggressive, or chose violence. It was never your fault. It was because this person, you were very clear in, you know, in directing your communication. And these people have been struggling with some unseen elements in their life, and it has been really, you know, I don't know, something where they getting the truth is it brings them peace and it brings them justice and fairness and balance, but it also makes this person feel very rejected and abandoned, that none of these relationships were successful. Okay, that none of these people were their peace. They were just like their anxiety. Like it was just their, like, you know, burden, or just like, you know, you never know. Like this person was just like, I think that a lot of their anxieties about these relationships is that they've invested in people who are, you know, they have really had a blocked discernment. So they feel really dumb. Like some of them, they feel very dumb that they invested in these people who were, you know, they're starting to realize that their discernment was blocked and that they projected that onto you. They projected those failed materialistic relationships onto you, right? So, you know, you gave them the enlightenment. I think you guys should definitely watch Power 1 if you're resonating this point to this point. But, you know, I'm definitely getting that people in the collective, just in general, have been, you know, struggling with people projecting onto their beauty. Okay, I think a lot of this is just like a projection onto the beauty. And they take your role as a leader, you know, and how you communicate so directly, they take a lot of offense to it. It's like you're not saying anything offensive, harmful. You're very direct and clear in your communication, and they will quite literally project because of your beauty. This is the issue. It's like, no, this is not. It's like you'll try to make it seem like Power 3 is not the wish fulfillment, because you don't want to accept that, like, these other relationships that don't have beauty and love and artistry and don't have an empire, that don't have, you know what I'm saying, they're truly not self-assured, for one, and two, they were just motivated by, you know, something materialistic, sex, money, and power. So it's easy to like project that onto you because you're the one with the beauty. Okay, that's what I'm seeing, Pal 3. Let me know how that resonates, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Bye. Hi, Pal 4. Last but not least, you chose what is this one? This is the Dolce & Gabbana dupe, Velvet Collections Amber Sun. Okay, I love this one. Summertime. Okay, strong, mature woman scent. Okay, mature woman. So let's get into it. Subscribe. Okay, so maybe that's why I said that. I'm not, because I'm getting like some of y'all, people are realizing how mature you are. I don't know, like something where you're just like, you're starting to behave in a very mature and responsible way, because you're preserving some type of knowledge and information. Something, it's like something like, y'all, this, I know, I'm like, what are you, I know y'all be like, what are you laughing at? But I'm like, something be so tickling me so much sometimes. Like, this situation is like, y'all are adulting. I don't know if you guys are moving into the matriarch role in your family, or you're literally becoming such a, like, a young adult. Like something, this is like I'm hearing a young adult. And you have been learning what has been, you know, meaningful, and you've been very meticulous about something, like something where you're very meticulous about preserving some type of, this can even be family records, okay, family history, some type of record or something. You know, people seeing you, they're like, okay, you're very particular about this scribe that you're doing, like something where you're there. I don't know, maybe some of you guys are even making a cookbook, like it's like a family recipe, or like some type of values that you're recording, or you're like, this is like, I don't know, the scribe always gives me the, I don't know, like it always gives me the legacy holder. Like you, because you are holding a legacy, you are maintaining some type of wealth. I'm hearing something where you might be even creating generational wealth. And you guys have been preserving, I don't know, something that people are seeing, that there's a preservation of your legacy, okay? It's like no matter, I don't know, something where divine masculine may have created this for you. It's like something where people are realizing that a divine masculine preserve some information for you, or there's just like you are making history, okay? Or becoming extra large because of this preservation of information, okay? So, oh my goodness. Power 4, okay? This is actually amazing. Yeah, heart chakra, beautiful, okay? Unconditional love is what I'm hearing, okay? Something about you unconditionally loving somebody's mind and body, okay? That's what people are realizing. Somebody realizes that, this could even be the masculine, are starting to realize that you unconditionally love them. And, you know, they always gonna act a fool with that, on that note, okay? Y'all, this is crazy. I'm getting it with a masculine know that you love them. Okay, do not let these masculine know that you love them, because it is just a dangerous situation when they know that they have that kind of unconditional forgiveness. Like, you know, some of them, they really are toxic, okay? And so, you know, but you are toxic too. They love you unconditionally as well. And, you know, it's just, you know, it's just, it's so funny to me. I don't know why. Because, like, you're starting to be very responsible about something. Like, it's something where you're starting to be very responsible, and this is bringing this relationship with a divine counterpart into balance, okay? Whatever this divine masculine provided for you, some type of instructions, logic, or structure or support, it has enabled you to preserve the record of your love. I'm hearing something where, if I could paint your love. I'm hearing somebody quite literally painted your love. I'm hearing someone is like literally a genius musician, artist, or something like that, where this is, I'm hearing high records, high returns, high profits yielding. I'm hearing big dividends, bitch. I'm getting something where there's like a big legacy, like, or a big like preservation of you. And it's because this has been a matter of the heart. I don't know, something where there's the I don't know, the destruction, or the whatever, the I don't know, something, you rising to meet your masculine. I don't know. You are always, you know, people are realizing you always got a good man. Like, somebody realized it. They very sensitive though. They destructive. Like, it's like they can be your best friend, or they can be your worst enemy, your lover. And when you make them mad, they turn into a crazy lunatic and get driven by a selfish and intense desire, because they feel so rejected and abandoned by you as a feminine. Like, I think that this is like, I don't know, something that is a new emotional experience. Some of you guys are dating someone. This is a power couple, and the way that you guys have brought a lot of heart and love into a situation has preserved your legacy forever, okay? So somebody who was wanting you to go extinct, I'm getting there was somebody here that was wanting you to go extinct. They see a masculine come in and save your heart, okay? They saw a masculine come in and save your art, okay? So you're always getting saved by somebody, okay? So we have the high priestess, the high priest, okay? There's definitely a situation where there's like, this relates to a tradition. I think that's the word I've been missing, okay? This relates to a tradition. So the issue around it is that, you know, people see the well establishment. So people think, I don't know why people think that they can I don't know why people think they can attack a well establishment. Like, it be sounding so absurd, because some of this is like quite literally a masculine will make an open and grandiose display of love. And people, they would just be like, okay, that's established. Okay, like something more masculine. A masculine will be like, that's established. I put the logic, support, and structure around this situation, and that's established. I love that person. Look, my heart chakra is with that person. And then there will be some third parties or somebody in the catacombs trying to attack the well establishment, or try to force themselves into the relationship and to break it down. Like, I don't know, people are getting buck wild in this situation now. People are going to the all out extremes. It's like third party interference is actually not a romantic relationship. Third party interference is not this person collaborating with these people. They're not truly aligned relationships. They're actually disillusioned by a lot of these people. They're actually like, especially if you're coming around after the fact, or you meet these people after, or you are new to a group or new to an association, and they come in and be like, that's well established, that's who I want. Power 3, like it'd be something where you have multiple traditions with this person, routines, work and service, and quite literally a part of each other's legacies, and people will be like, I'm still gonna try to attack it, like, you know, like it'd be so strange. Like I'd be like, what? Like this person is clearly like not going anywhere. Like it'd be wow, because it'd be like it just be like unnecessary hardship in the relationship, because they're never actually like your partner is actually never leaving you. Like they're actually, even if there is a hardship or a separation, somehow in some way you always end up back sitting on their face, or you always end up, you know, it's because of some roots that you established that was so strong together that you actually like never, it's like you're bonded together for life. So it's not that you and this person, it's like, it's not that these relationships ever align, right? So I think that is like how you preserve the information and knowledge around the relationship or around the tradition or something. Like, you know, it kind of feels like even if the relationships go into separation or end, it's like you are forever one with that person. You are forever like, you know, this person is bonded to you through a spiritual union forever. Okay? So it's not that they can, like, that you're disappearing, or, you know, I don't know, it just feels weird. Like if they tried to break up the relationship, it just feels like those were just pointless. Okay? And then we have Saturn, but they're not getting, especially like some of you guys have this spiritual union with people, but then you have to be realistic about something, or have a lot of concerns about the structure, especially with Saturn. There's a lot of concerns about the structure, or you must wait a while before this relationship can come into like, you know, to come into like, you know, to be well established. Maybe they try to attack this relationship when it's still in a spiritual union. So some of them, they really have attacked some of your relationships and stopped it from establishing. Okay? So, or stopped it when it was like you guys didn't have like security around each other. Okay? But I feel like a lot of what you need to do is just embrace the situation with a lot of calmness, because you know that whatever is happening in the third dimension is not real. Because of the spiritual union that you have with someone, it's quite literally not real. Okay? So, you know, but something about it does need to have some type of, like, it's something really realistic, or something really feasible. Okay? And I don't want to say nothing is ever, never say never, nothing is ever impossible. But you have come into a lot of situations where you have had a deep spiritual union with someone, and there's like completely, you have these people, I'm hearing that you got these people heart on lock, and it's like they can't get established in the third dimension, because people know that means that there will be a like that will be prescribing or preserving the information, especially relationships that have strong destinies or involve public recognition. I'm hearing relationships that involve securities, financial securities, relationships that involve artwork, creative acts. People will literally try to like, or involve big business, involve a lot of wealth. People will literally people will attack these relationships at the spiritual conception of them. Okay? And create a lot of challenges in the material realm so that it doesn't establish fully, or that you cannot preserve this information. Okay? But there's been a situation where, I don't know, staying objective could be, you know, is definitely helping. Okay? Staying objective. Okay? And, you know, just staying calm, and this is helping you become realistic about something so that it doesn't go up in flames. Okay? I'm hearing these relationships that have a strong spiritual union can also go up in flames because of an attack on the structure, okay, or the foundational issue, or some type of foundational issue. Okay? Yeah, fears and anxieties. I think that's what happens when the relationship is not so well established. Then it can create a lot of fears and anxieties about something, or there's a deep, intense spiritual connection that hasn't established fully. This drives masculines insane. It's like something where it's like, it is they'll be, maybe they have, like some people, especially the ones that fall in love with you first, they grow so mad because you're not, you know, spirit, you're not the high priest yet or something. Like they're like, okay, why you're not trusting our spiritual union, or why you're not seeing it? It's like they know they have the spiritual, the masculine is not dumb. They're not, but they easily offended with some unhealed masculine energy, okay? They be knowing, okay, with the spiritual connection. But all these other, like, you know, their destructive behaviors actually impose a lot of restriction. It actually, you know, you actually end up cautioning, you know, with these relationships, because either they do go up in flames or there's a lot of risk around the relationship, okay? Or something that you need to be more realistic about, okay? Some of you guys need to be realistic about your public relations, okay? Something where it may involve a press, or it may involve, you know, it may involve some sensitive information. Especially some of you guys, if you work with the press, you are the scribe, okay? So you have the way of preserving this information in a way that doesn't harm your security. I'm getting that some of you guys have a heartfelt relationship where there's press around it, and this is very scary for both of y'all, because there's a lot of feelings and subconscious fears around your body image, and both of you guys are projecting this, okay? This person, some people, you guys have a lot of body image issues coming together, and this is the major concern, where that's what's cautioning you. That is what's, you know, why the relationship is, especially if you haven't met this person yet. Some of y'all haven't met this person yet, and there's like, oh my god, so many body image issues and so many concerns about differences and so many just like fears around this. I'm hearing that like there's a lot of fears and anxiety around body image issues. But somebody, you know, people are realizing that you have an unconditional love with somebody, and it is because you guys have unconditionally loved each other in spite of a body, okay? Like something where this person knew you when your body was not great, or they knew you when you were not, you know, looking as good, or, you know, them as well, they know that you've had a lot of relationships where you don't care about body image. I'm hearing something where you are body neutral, or there's just like a lot of you guys needed to release fears and anxieties about your body image, okay? Both of you. And even you know, not judging your partner. It's like you not judging your partner about your body image, about their body. You still could be struggling with your own body image. It's like, you know, they show you guys know you guys have body image issues. You both feel insecure with each other, and it's like not something that you can change. Like it's like a deeper relationship. Like, I don't know, something where it's like a deeper intimacy. You know, even with you guys both being aware of your body image issues. So, but people are definitely realizing that, you know, despite whatever like, you don't care what your body looks like, because, or you don't need to care about what your body looks like. People are seeing this. They're like, this is like people who see this love that's getting preserved, okay? They're seeing a love get preserved, and it's because they know that this person loves you because unconditionally and wanted you from the moment they saw you. Like, they did not care about your body, okay? Somebody did not care about your body when they first saw you. They just loved you, is what I'm hearing, okay? So, you know, this person that you have been in this relationship with, you know, or this situation with, you know, this is like the feeling of not feeling good enough is really debilitating in a lot of your relationships. So, you know, that's hard, you guys. So I just, you know, I wish that you guys will continue to work on your body and to continue to establish yourselves on your own. I think that the more established you come to this situation, the more confident you and self-assured you will feel. And I know I always say, I'm like, your confidence should not be based on like what you have established for yourself. But I definitely feel like it helps you feel like, I don't know, it helps you feel like you mitigate the risk a little bit more. So people are definitely realizing that there's a relationship, you know, that where there's press and public relations, and that you have been preserving information and knowledge around this relationship. I'm hearing a historical record of a heartfelt matter. Okay, So again, that this heartfelt matter was preserved. So you guys are established forever. Okay? You have a secure person within this person's life by loving them unconditionally. Okay? And them too, right? So, you know, be calm and objective going forward, because I definitely feel like, you know, this also created a hardship in your lives, where you may have lost security within each other's life. This person may have gone off and tried to form other securities with people, and try to, you know, I don't know if they could have had, like, you know, you don't have to be their only soulmate. Like some of you guys could have, you know, they went off to explore their options, or they went to make heartfelt offers to other people. And they had to learn some lessons about their body image with other people, I think. So, or this is you. And this person, I think that they're starting to realize, like, that while you've been away from the relationship, you've been doing body work, okay? While you've been rejecting them or not being around them, you know, you've had a lot of fear and anxiety about performing for them. You've had a lot of fear and anxiety about them seeing you and just watching you establish yourself, because some of them, they're the more established ones, and they were the ones that provided the structure, logic, and support, and you just feel like so vulnerable. I think that you actually are the one that's really struggling, right? And so they got mad when they were not fully understanding your journey, okay? They got triggered or something like that when they saw you exploring your body image issues with other people, okay? So you want it to be well established, and I think that this is what this person was struggling with, is that you really wanted to be well established for them. You wanted to be, you know what I'm saying? Like, I think that they wanted you the moment they saw you, and that they wanted you at your potential, honey. Like, I don't know, something where somebody showed you their heart, you know, this was a heart unconditional love from, like, the very beginning. Like, maybe you never expected this person to fall in love with you, or you never expected this person to love your body or not care about your body. I don't know what you were expecting, but they felt like you projected a toxic expectation onto them, where you thought that they were just going to leave you, or you thought that they were just going to reject you because of your body, or you thought that they were, you know, that you were just going to keep it moving, or that, you know, that you was never going to be, you know, this preservation of love. Like, I don't think that you guys ever thought that you, like, I don't know what they thought, but I don't know, you definitely didn't. It's like you did not think that when this person, like I don't know, something where they provided a structure, logic, and support, and it's preserved your legacy, or like made you guys, like, I don't know, it's like something, they might have even proposed to you, or they may have just like given you everything that you needed. I don't know, something where they just gave you something, or they just like changed your life, and you were just like so triggered by that, because you were very overwhelmed that they did this. Like, something, I don't know, this person, you have been going through a hardship. This person knows that you're like troubled in some type of way, or you've really struggled with your body image, and they just really struggled with understanding how you were coping with everything. And so, like, you may have been, like, I don't know, something where you got triggered. They realized that you got triggered from feeling disadvantaged, or you got triggered from their, I don't know, their well establishment upon you, okay? Something where this person, they were very well established or wealthy from a different culture, or it was like something where they, you know, your body and your differences make you very triggered, okay? And they have just been also reflecting a little bit about this, but they see that you impose a lot of restrictions so that you can establish yourself, and that you can be okay and secure within yourself, right? So that you won't get triggered and ruin things, okay? Yeah, 6th house, working routine. Like, they've just been, like, they see that you've just been focused on your working routine, and that you haven't been trying to indulge in this, like, I don't know, something where they just over there in love, or they just, you guys realize, like, there's a mutual dream with somebody. Somebody realized that there was a mutual dream. Like, I don't know, people are realizing that this person, they handled your press for you, or something like that. They handled the press for you. Okay. So this was very overwhelming what they did, but it was just like, oh my god, something where they put your body on display or something. This person put you on display. Like they made, I don't know, they put a big deal about this. Like, sorry y'all, and I know that you were just like, oh my god. I'm just gonna keep focused on my working routine because I want to establish myself and not just make it all about this masculine. Because I'm getting that somebody here, there's artists, okay, this person, they know, oh my god. People are realizing that this is the person that you're getting married to. Like, because of what they did. Like, they just was like, bam, that's it. Like, that's who I want. Like, I want love at first sight, and you just be like, oh my god. I'm about to have a heart attack. Cancer. Nurturing, sensitive, and care. Okay. The Third Amendment. Okay. Y'all, this person, this relationship where this person was a protective awareness around you. This divine masculine. See what I mean, y'all? Like with this Cancerian energy, this person, I'm hearing that they set a trend on your name. Like they literally made you the trend. Like they made you the it girl. I'm hearing that this person is literally your press. They're literally everything. Like this person is your everything. Cause they was just like, they had this like protective awareness around your relationship and what you needed. Like especially they knew you were doing some body work and stuff like that. So they just made it. They just did it for you. They was like, okay, it didn't matter about your body. It's just, I love your heart and stuff like that. And then it's just like this whole process of you going through this body work. They just been watching it. It's been so frustrating. Like, y'all, some of y'all, this person that you're getting married to has watched everything about you. It's like something where this person literally has encompassed you. And it's like, this is overwhelming because they're kind of possessing you. And it's like, they already just like, I don't know, this was irritating because they just, I don't know, like, they just knew what to do. Like, I don't know, they had a protective awareness and they gave you a structure and y'all have, like, preserved, like, something beautiful. Like, I don't know what's happening, but, like, this relationship has sustained your life and supported your life. And people are realizing that because of this, that you guys are getting married. Okay, this divine masculine. Y'all, this is too much. You know, I definitely think people see that nothing is moving forward right now. Okay, because you're still working on your body is what I'm hearing. But they basically were like somebody made an offer. Like some of them, they realized that somebody made an offer of marriage. Okay. Somebody, you know, made an offer of marriage and something where that helped them, like, like, I don't know, something where this helped somebody, like they protected you from somebody who was plagiarizing you. This masculine did something to preserve your information. And this person, I'm hearing that they exerted their control over the situation really fast. Whoever this person is, people are realizing that this marriage, this person that married you, gave everybody a fucking L. This person, they saw that people were like gunning for your position, that you've had a lot of just insecurities about your body and struggles, and that there's been people out here that's been plagiarizing your work and altering the facts, and they just shut that whole shit down. They didn't let, like, there's something with this person, the people are realizing that they protected it for you. But some of you guys, you're still struggling with your insecurities. Some of you are like, you're very protective of yourself as well, especially because they have the control. You know, they also could have the opportunity to abuse their control. Okay, so you know, they may have, this divine masculine was wild with their control. Something that they quite literally just, they saw that you was going through something. And they saw that your work had a spiritual purpose. And they saw that people were copying your work. And they did something to help you to sustain your life and to support you. And this helped you stay disciplined and driven because they know what they mean to you. They know that they represent your body work. Okay? So, and that getting to marriage with them is the final stage of the trifecta of this manifestation. The marriage is what I'm hearing. Okay. Yeah, I know you get some pessimistic sometime because you're doing a lot of this work on your own, okay? A lot of you guys have been, you know, you've been doing a lot of work on your own. And this person, you have been just lacking a lot of clarity. You've been having a lot of burdens around life and your relationships, and have been healing your body image issues with, you know, your other partners, and, you know, you might have quite literally been running away from this person because they represent some type of perfection to you, like something where you literally idolize this person. I don't know if you idolize, I don't know, I'm gonna say idolize, but it's something where you literally, I don't know, like, you know, this relationship brought you a protective awareness. So you may have also grown defensive and, you know, ran away from the relationship after getting a higher enlightenment around what they gave you, okay? This person feels like, you know, a lot of that they're involved in your work and your routine, and they, you know, you guys play a huge role in each other's life. You're like literally everything to each other, okay? So, you know, some of this person, this could be someone that actually there was a work, or this was a situation that you had with someone, and there was a lot of heart and intention and beautiful intention around it, but this could quite literally, this person started to plagiarize your work instead, or, you know, they may have turned, you know, they may have turned their judgment really negative, you know, fast. And I think it's because they were burdened by something that they had lack of clarity around. You know, some of these people are on the spectrum, or they have, you know, a fluid sexuality, and, you know, they may have grown angry at, you know, what you did with their, I don't know, with their love and support, okay? It's like something where they were responsible for giving you a protective awareness and supported and sustained your life, but some of these people are that I'm hearing something where the decisions that you made after that quickly turned into a negative effect, okay? Now you guys are forever one. I feel like a lot of you are bringing in some objectivity about this situation. I'm hearing that it can either lead to a marriage in a tradition with one another, or it could lead to this person trying to plagiarize you, or them turning into an enemy. So something about something that they did to control the situation, it protected you from plagiarizing of other people. It could protect you. I'm hearing something, it could protect you, but it could also be a situation where this person started to, this was without your consent, okay? Some of it, this has happened without your consent. Some of you, a masculine quite literally has been forcing themselves onto you, and it's not because they are so angry and are like so, I don't know, masochistic, but it could quite literally be that this person has a protective awareness, and so they have just been forcing you into their protection, like something where you are getting forced into a marriage. You were forced, something where you were forced into a marriage or something like that, or forced into a commitment, okay? So, and it's because somebody made you be responsible, or they made you be safe about something, or, you know, their structure and support helped you grow this awareness, right? It was like you did not have the awareness before, and their structure and support helped you grow the awareness. So you've been off making these mistakes and lacking clarity around some of these burdens you've had around your body image issue, and they have just already known. They've been able to see it. Like, I'm hearing something where they have a trouble with your age difference, because they're the ones that have had the authority and the higher vantage point around something, and you have just been having to learn from what the structure or the support that they provided you, and so you've been making a lot of mistakes around them. Okay, so they I don't know what they just feel a little pessimistic right now. I think where they're having a negative turn, yeah, but this is a nice expansion. Yeah, I definitely think that things are going to the positive, but they were struggling with some of the unconventional aspect of your relationship. They know that they were like the supportive, protective support, you know, sustaining your life and helping you do your body work, right? They know that they represent your body. Like, this person that you feel like they made you, or you feel, you know, a lot with this situation, you know, it's burdensome to you as well, because they're all around everything, you know, about you. Okay, it's like they're like included in everything, And it's like so frustrating because I'm like, how did you get a part of becoming a part of everything like that? Somebody's named this person, this divine masculine, like everything is like literally about them, and it's because of the structure and support that they offered you. And while this clearly like means marriage and stuff like that, I think it's also overwhelming to you because it helped you surrender and sacrifice your, like, I don't know, your ego, because they've had the protective awareness. They've been, I don't know, something where you're like, okay, you're clearly the authority or whatever, and they're just like, you know, ill-tempered and mad about some unconventional aspects, still struggling, you know, struggling in their own leadership role and shit, like, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, this divine masculine, you know, they just need some time. Okay, you impose some limitations as well. You know, you impose the limitation. You're like, oh, okay, you gonna bring me protective. It's like something where their structure and support did something, and you're like, whoa, I know that you all that and everything, but you're not gonna be just doing whatever you want. Like, I don't know, something where you started to put some limitations around it because they were the controller the whole time. Like, you were like, okay, let me just be calm, hold up, just relax, everybody. Especially because he just came in with this big display of heart, and you're like, okay, I know that you are my heart because of this, and because of how you saved my life and preserved my art and protected me from them plagiarizers, but just relax, y'all, please. And you know, this is overwhelming for you, like this marriage or this deep commitment, this offer, this house that you're getting. It's like, oh, it was overwhelming. So I love you guys so much. This was a lot of growth for you, and this person realizes that they are a lot of growth for you. Okay, this person met you when you were not, you know, they watched you grow up. Something where this person met you when you were 26 years old or 27 years old. They literally watched you grow up. Okay, and I know you're pissed off about that. Okay, thank you so much, friends, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Bye.